The Baltimore Ravens have made a signing. It is at the wide receiver position. You've heard the rumors. You've probably heard the news by now. DeSean Jackson, welcome to the Ravens flop. I'm going to break down what this all means for the Baltimore Ravens and what is next for this offense as they add DeSean Jackson. Will he vibe with our quarterback Lamar Jackson? Those questions and so much more in the Flex On podcast on this quick afternoon live. The only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need to. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that bell, and hit that subscribe button if you're new. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. What is going on, Flex On family? It's your boy, God's favorite host, the host with the Moist, back here on the Flex On podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Back here with another live video. There you go. You can see me. I'm here live in the man cave, the Flex On Palace, that is. We got breaking news. I appreciate everybody joining me on this quick live. We got DeSean Jackson. He is officially a Baltimore Raven. He has signed. He is officially a part of the flop. And what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this signing? He has signed on a 1-year deal. Just came out a few hours ago. I wanted to hop on here live with you guys. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on DeSean Jackson. Brian, what's going on, brother? I see you in the chat. Appreciate it. Not a lot of happiness, it seems like, with the flock, but he is here and he is a Raven. Let me read the information. It looks like wide receiver DeSean Jackson will play his 15th NFL season after being signed to the Baltimore Ravens practice squad on Tuesday. His agent, Drew Rosenhaus, told ESPN's Adam Schefter. And he will play his 15th season, assigned to the practice squad. It is expected for the 35-year-old Jackson to get elevated on game day and boost the Ravens' deep threat. Last season, Jackson showed he still has speed, and he averaged 22.7 yards per catch, which was the highest of his 14-year career. Stretching the field has been a challenge for the Ravens and quarterback Lamar Jackson. He completed just 21% of his passes that have traveled at least 20 air yards, second worst in the NFL to Daniel Jones, receiver we just saw, quarterback we just saw with the New York Giants. Ravens have one of the most unproven wide receiver groups in the NFL. Baltimore has only 2 wide receivers that are Devin Duvernay and Rashad Bateman with over double-digit receptions. Bateman has been sidelined with an injury, as we know, and he is back at practice as well. Jackson played for the Rams and Raiders, but missed 28 games from 18 to 20 due to thumb, ankle, and abdominal strain. Jackson ranks 36th on the all-time receiving list with 11,110 yards, 632 receptions, 18.3 yards per catch, and 58 touchdown passes he has caught. I mean, looking at this signing, he's 35 years old. There were better options out here at the wide receiver position, in my opinion. One of them being potentially Odell Beckham, who I thought is younger. Yes, he's coming off an injury. No, he may not be ready yet, but I do think there was more potential for him to make dynamic plays. I mean, DeSean Jackson, he is kind of who he is at this point in his career. He's 35 years of age. He will be 36 December 1st, so his birthday's coming up, actually. And if we look at his stats, you go back to 2008. He caught 900 yards as a rookie, then 1,100 yards, then 1,000 yards, then another 900 yards as well. 9 touchdowns his second year, 6 touchdowns after that. His best year was, it looks like 2013, which he had over 1,300 yards, and he was one of the biggest pieces of the Eagles. Sorry about that, some technical difficulties, but it was with the Eagles that he did do the most damage. Um, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I look at it as when they signed Des Bryant to a deal, I look at it as somebody who can probably come in, maybe play 15, 20 snaps per game, and hopefully add to this team as a deep threat. I think that DeSean Jackson, it looks like he's going to probably play on Sunday against the Browns. Now, the Browns going to be able to give the Ravens the opportunity to complete some deep passes. I don't know. I don't know because Lamar Jackson has struggled with his deep ball, and that has been probably one of the main things he has struggled with at the quarterback position. Now, I do think that there is potential for Lamar to hopefully improve that. Maybe we get Bateman back this week. Maybe we add in a DeSean Jackson. Maybe they use a Devin Duvernay better. But Lamar Jackson has never had a true number one receiver. We know that. We've seen him have Hollywood Brown. He was traded away. That was probably the closest thing that he did have. And when you see Mark Andrews, you see just how much they use the tight end in this offense. It's kind of just teams, especially good teams, when you get into the playoffs, they're going to focus in, they're going to key in on the middle of the field and not allow Lamar Jackson and this tight end group. Likely, we saw Oliver Boyle is on the team. We know what likely potentially can do. They're not going to allow the Ravens to throw the ball to the middle of the field. They need a deep threat. Now, will DeSean Jackson be able to stay healthy? That's my first question. Secondly, are they going to use him? Are they just going to try to throw him deep for the sake of throwing it deep? And teams know that? Is Lamar going to be able to deliver the ball accurately? I think there's potential here. I do think there is a potential for DeSean Jackson to make a play here, there, every now and then. But consistently down the field, does he scare you anymore at 35 years of age? He doesn't still have that sub 4.2, 4.3 speed. So, yes, he did have a few plays last year, which he did show up for the Raiders. But the Ravens offense is not known for throwing the ball deep. They are not very good at throwing the deep ball. They're not very good at stretching the field, as we know. And I think first and foremost, it starts with the ability to run the football, because I think the Ravens need to be able to implement some play action passes with the wide receivers of the Baltimore Ravens. They didn't use Duvernay last week. 3 catches for 45 yards for the receivers. It's going to be imperative that they go ahead and do what they have to do in the passing game to help out DeSean Jackson, because he is, in my opinion, he's in the twilight of his career. He's not going to do anything that's going to put the Ravens over the top when it comes to being better than the Buffalo Bills, better than the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Ravens are in first place, and I think we should have a glass half full mentality when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, because I think that, okay, yes, they're 3-3. Yes, they've given up a lot of leads. Yes, they've made a lot of mental errors. Yes, they have not been able to finish and close out games. Yes, they have been front running. But I do think not only being behind for only 2 minutes, 120 seconds, I think there is potential for the Ravens to look themselves in the mirror over the next 3 games, especially home against Cleveland, Thursday night against Tampa, then Monday night against the Saints. I think these next 3 games are very, very important, that if the Ravens can win at least 2 out of 3 going into the bye, that they could have something, could possibly build some momentum as they get some guys like Gus Edwards back, Tyus Bowser, David Ajabo should be back within a month. These guys hopefully will be back healthy and can help out this team. DeSean Jackson isn't coming in here and reinventing the wheel. Greg Roman, I think, will use him hopefully, maybe, in some opportunities to throw the ball, but we would have to see. The Ravens, I mean, Reg, you're right, man. They usually go to the retirement home. They usually go to the scrap heap and sign guys at the wide receiver position. They usually go ahead and look for people who are basically not able to do anything or past the twilight of their career. The Ravens have to utilize the wide receivers. They're going to have to throw the ball deep down the field in order to make plays to go deep into the playoffs. I mean, I want to know what you guys think about the DeSean Jackson signing. Like I said, 35 years of age. His best season was in, what was that, 2013, 1,300 yards and 16.2 a catch. Now, last year he played 9 games, had over 200 yards. The year before that with the Rams, played in 7 games, had over 200 yards. So can he come in for the next few games and possibly give this team something to look forward to? I mean, T.O. Neck, they went down that road already, Reg, and we saw what happened. But If you guys could, make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on the DeSean Jackson aspect. I am expecting maybe, does he play 10, 15 plays on Sunday? The Browns have a pretty decent secondary. They have some guys who, Denzel Ward, guys in the secondary, Newsome, they have guys who can cover. Now, I don't expect DeSean Jackson, like I said, this week to really come out and do much, but play maybe 10 or 15 plays. But he's not a big guy. You can't throw jump balls to him. You can't use him in the red zone as a big body target for Lamar Jackson. You can use them on screens, but do we throw many screens? One week we throw screens to Duvernay and Prochet and try to get them involved and use Duvernay like Deebo Samuel, do the jet sweeps, and then next week we don't do it at all. So I really don't have much faith in this. I mean, if he catches a touchdown, I'll be happy at some point this season. Could he get one, maybe 2 touchdowns? I don't know, but it's going to come down to Lamar Jackson as well. They got to bring in there that deep ball guru, Duda, who is good with throwing the deep ball, because Lamar's deep ball has been terrible. Like I said, he's next to last besides Daniel Jones on passes 20 yards or more down the field, air yards. Raj is embarrassing. I know it is embarrassing because you think about it. And let's look at the hierarchy of the NFL. You get in the AFC alone, the Bills get Stephon Diggs. In his own division, Tua gets Tyreek Hill. Got Jalen Waddle too. Can't forget him. You got Kyler Murray gets Hollywood, has DeAndre Hopkins, gets Robbie Anderson. They could have got Robbie Anderson for a 5th-round pick if they would have picked up the phone. You want to have a number one guy at quarterback, but Lamar does need help. He does need a number one receiver. Bateman has not shown to be able to stay on the field to be that number one receiver. Andrews at tight end can only do but so much. I'm not saying it's worse than when we signed Dez. It just reminds me of when we signed Dez. At least Dez, in my opinion, was a big body that could help us out in the red zone. But DeSean Jackson is pretty much a one-trick pony at this point. He's going to run a vertical, deep route. He can probably catch a few of those. I mean, but he played in teams that throw the ball deep. The Raiders. He played with the Eagles. He played with the Buccaneers. He even played with the Rams. But the Ravens aren't going to throw it but deep so many times. Besides Bateman's deep ball in week 1, what other deep ball has Lamar completed? He missed the deep ball to Duvernay. He missed the deep ball to Wallace. He's missed other deep balls to Andrews. He's missed other big plays in the passing game. We know the mental errors at the end of the game. But if this team isn't consistently running the football, throwing the ball deep isn't really going to do much for them, in my opinion. Like I said, DeSean Jackson isn't able to go up and get jump balls. I do think that they are trying to make Lamar have to do more than he should. As I mentioned, with guys having number one receivers, Lamar doesn't have that guy. I mean, even Kenny Pickett in Pittsburgh has Deontay Johnson, Claypool, some of those guys. You look at the Bengals, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. You look at, even Cleveland got Amari Cooper. That's something. That's something to start with. I definitely think that Eric DeCosta could have probably got Robbie Anderson. Does this mean they don't go after DJ Moore now? Does this mean they don't sign to Odell Beckham? I don't know what that means for them. I don't know what that means for the Ravens now, because it looks like this will probably be the only move they make at the wide receiver position, because I don't think they're going to add anybody else after adding DeSean Jackson. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully he can help out this team, but I don't have much faith because, 1, the offensive coordinator. 2, I don't really like the play calls that they throw. Even when they're in a lead, they have a hard time closing games, and we've seen that multiple times. This team has a hard time finishing, hard time closing. And I definitely think that hopefully, and they got George Pickens. I forgot they got him too, and he's been making some plays here and there. I mean, if you look at the hierarchy of the NFL, the AFC, the NFC, you got to have a number one guy. The Ravens have had opportunities. I don't think they're going to trade for DJ Moore. They're not going to sign Odell. This is the best you're going to get, Ravens fans. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary. That's pretty much what you're going to get, because that is the best that they can offer this team right now. And sadly, Eric DeCosta has to look himself in the mirror. They're not trying to pay Lamar, Steve Bisciotti. They're not trying to pay Lamar what he wants, fully guaranteed. While I don't think Lamar will get a fully guaranteed contract, all it takes is one team to believe in you and give you that fully guaranteed. Look at the dumb Cleveland Browns. They gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract when this man had over 20 sexual assault allegations. I do think, like I said, Bateman hopefully is back this week. If not, who are your receivers? Duvernay? We see Prochet and Wallace. They've given us nothing. Basically, it's just the tight ends. Basically, it's just the aspect of, okay, we're going to go out there. Lamar's going to throw to Andrews, and we're going to try to run the ball. And that's all we have. So it's really sad at this part. Greg thinks it's Harbaugh's fault. He doesn't value the wide receiver position. Do you think that is possibly? Do you think that is possibly DaCosta as well? I don't think this team they like to bargain shop. They like to be cheap. They definitely don't know what they have in Lamar Jackson. I think because if they really wanted to make this man happy, they would give him a legit number one receiver personally. And they've had opportunities. As I said, Robbie Anderson only got a fifth. I'm sure if Carolina wants to get rid of DJ Moore, he could probably go for a third. I mean, what are you doing with that third round pick that's going to be better than DJ Moore or better than possibly going out to get a number one guy for your quarterback? That's the thing you got to look at because this team is they have a good roster. They have a pretty solid roster for the most part. Yeah, they lack an inside linebacker, and that's probably something I would like to see them possibly address as well. But I don't think they're going to go out and trade for a Roquan Smith or go out and get anybody that's going to change life at the middle linebacker position. But we're kind of stuck with Patrick Queen and Bonds and Harrison. But do we see possibly the Ravens go out to the trade deadline and try to add to the middle linebacker position? I don't know. But I do think wide receiver was still a need for this team. And I think that there is still hopefully. Yeah, Reg. I mean, and if you're a wide receiver, do you want to come play in this offense? Because when you look at it, it's a primarily a run offense. They don't take many shots down the field. They don't have a plethora of creative plays. They're not able to switch and make adjustments throughout the game. Harbaugh and Roman have gotten very critical things of me because they don't make adjustments. If something's not working, they try to do it consistently. Like this past weekend. First and goal inside the 5. They throw. Clearly know it's not working. No play action, no moving Lamar out the pocket, no using an option where he can run or throw RPO. They just go throw the ball 3 straight times. I don't know why, and it didn't work. Kenyon Drake is gashing them, untouched, over 100 yards. They don't give him the ball one time. So, I mean, they should be begging Raj on their hands and knees because they're going to be begging their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, on his hands and knees to stay with the Ravens because he's going to want over $200 million guaranteed because he's saying, look what I'm playing with. I don't have much. I don't have much to work with here. I don't have much to do here. I can't make wine out of water. I can't take 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish and feed 5,000. I'm not Jesus here. You know what I mean? You look at Aaron Rodgers. Why is he struggling? The wide receiver position. As great as Aaron Rodgers is, he has a bunch of unknown, unproven, young, talented rookies that are still finding their transition in the NFL. Wide receiver position is one of the hardest transitions into the NFL. Think about a lot of the great wide receivers that have come out of the draft at college and have not transitioned into being what they were in college or should have been in the NFL. I think there's a lot of options where you can say, hey, now the Ravens do have good receiving coaches, good offensive coaches, and T. Higgins and T. Martin, and who he's worked with in the past and who he's been training with, etc. So I mean, they have the coaching staff. They've drafted Bateman, they've drafted Hollywood, they drafted Torrey Smith in the past, but really they've gone basement shopping. I mean, we can sit here all day from the Mike Wallace's to the Jeremy Maclins to DeMarcus Robinson this year when Odell was sitting out there. It is a shame, Raj. It is a shame. It's upsetting because DeSean Jackson is the best thing we're going to get. I mean, hopefully him and Lamar can build some chemistry because he's going to probably – today's Tuesday, he just signed. He's going to probably practice tomorrow. He's going to practice Thursday, and he's going to practice Friday. So he'll play Sunday. Like I said, I'm not expecting anything more than 10 to 15 snaps. Probably not. I don't know. Like I said, right now they are fortunately in first place in a very lackluster division. But Cincinnati is trying to find their footing. They have a winnable game this weekend. The Ravens have to win this game against Cleveland at home. This is a must-win game. Yes, week 7, a must-win game at home. They have to win this game. They have to take advantage of the opportunity at hand. Like I said, they're going to have to make plays because Cleveland's defense is no slouch. So we're going to have to see how good they are. We're going to have to see what they can do here against the Cleveland Browns, and we'll see what DeSean Jackson brings to the table as well. I mean, Reg, they did give Billick an extension and fired him after he lost the locker room. Now, I'm not saying that Harbaugh's lost the locker room. I just think you see guys tweeting like Marlon Humphrey. You see guys like Marcus Peters blowing up on the sideline. You see certain things, little cracks in the armor that are like, okay, Harbaugh, what are you doing behind the scenes to get your troops in order? What are you doing to make sure that the troops don't panic? so we can lead them where we need to be. This is a playoff caliber team, a team that should be competing to get to a Super Bowl, a team that should be competing to get to an AFC Championship game. And I think there's an opportunity there for them to do that. Now, what's going to happen with DeSean Jackson? Hey, we got him for, 10 weeks? We'll see what happens. And 10, 11 games, we'll see what happens with him. Like I said, there will be some opportunities. Let's see if they throw him the ball. Will Lamar's accuracy improve? It's going to take time. Like I said, if they were going to probably go get I did see that, Raj. I saw something where Bateman tweeted LOL, and that just lets me know that Bateman is saying, wow, this is what you go add to the receiver room probably. He's laughing because he's saying out of all the guys out there, Odell going to get DJ Moore. You could have got Robbie Anderson. You could have gotten someone else through the trade. I know Raj and we have talked about on the show, maybe going out and get a DK Metcalf. Oh, Jalen Hurts. I can't forget they got him AJ Brown. AJ Brown would have been a great fit here in Baltimore with his big body, ability to block and make plays down the field. I mean, let me know in the comments, guys. I'm out of a 10. I'm at like a 5 out of 10 only because it's a body. It's a guy who has some experience in the NFL making plays. He can make some deep plays here and there. And if they use him correctly, he might make a catch for 20, 30 yards here and there. He might make a explosive touchdown once or twice this season. But other than that, I think at least for the first couple of weeks, you probably won't see too much of him on the field. And I think teams are knowing, okay, DeSean Jackson's coming in the game. Ravens are going to be predictable and probably throw the ball deep. So Raj and Bashadi, I think, does not have a problem paying his quarterback because he did pay Joe Flacco after he won the Super Bowl. But I think he's telling Lamar, okay, go out there and prove to me that you should be getting over $200 million. Go out there and make a deep playoff run. Go out there and win me a Super Bowl, and I'll give you whatever you want. Is that a good thing to do? No, but Lamar's betting on himself. And I do think Lamar needs to get a legit agent. I think Lamar needs to get a legit counsel. Even if it's just for this contract situation, I think he needs to get people in his corner. I know he loves his mom. I know his mom is great, but he needs to get somebody who can really talk to him and help him negotiate. I know he's not talking about it during the season, and I don't think obviously it's lingering on his team over the season. It's lingering on his team. You can see Lamar Preston. You can see he's thinking about the contract. He sees what Josh Allen got. He sees what Kyler Murray got. He sees what Mahomes got. He sees what Aaron Rodgers has. If they're going to say, Lamar, we're going to make you the second highest paid quarterback annually, give you 200 plus million guaranteed. At this point, I think he should take the deal because at this point, he's kind of costing himself money with this play the last 2 weeks. He's costing himself money. If anything, he's costing himself money because he's not making the plays they want him to make on the football field. The missed deep ball throws, the late game turnovers and execution. It's not good for the Ravens that he is doing that because when you go to the bargaining table, they're going to say, hey, look, this is what you did. These are your numbers compared to the guys you want more money than. You want $200 million guaranteed. Are you worth $200 million guaranteed? They're going to bring up the interceptions in the fourth quarter. They're going to bring up the careless turnovers. They're going to bring up the fumbles. They're going to bring up the missed receivers on deep throws. They're going to bring up the missed checkdowns and wide open plays. This is what the team is going to do because at the end of the day, it is a negotiation. And Lamar has to budge and negotiate too. And they have to come to a realistic number. Now, like I said, I'm cool with giving him, if he wants to be second, you want to be, hey, yes, these guys do have number ones. I mentioned it, Brian. They went and got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen was damn near about to be called a bust if they didn't go get him Stephon Diggs. Tua, this was his last leg if they didn't get him Waddle, then go get him Tyreek Hill. You look at A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, they didn't know if he was the answer in Philly. You get A.J. Brown. You look at Pat Mahomes. Yeah, they lose Tyreek Hill, but they go get him a bunch of guys, addition by subtraction. Even it's a plethora of teams we can mention with number one caliber guys. Like I said, the Cardinals got D-Hop for a bag of Skittles and some Girl Scout cookies. I mean, let's be honest. They have to be aggressive. I would still like to see them possibly try to make a run at a DJ Moore because we know this DeSean Jackson experiment more than likely isn't going to produce the results we want as Ravens fans, which is a legit threat to go with Bateman and to go with Duvernay and Andrews. Like I said, I would have tried to pick up the phone and get Robbie Anderson. Okay, Arizona called him first. Hollywood might be out for the season. Hey, we got a third-round pick for you. Can we get DJ Moore? Or we got a third and a second in 2 years or something. Can we get a DJ Moore, a guy who's still on his rookie deal, a guy who played in your backyard? We saw it with Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore. can run the route tree. He has good hands. He can beat you deep. He can create separation, which I think these receivers sometimes have a hard time doing because Wink pretty much put out a blueprint that a lot of teams are going to do. And we've seen it before last year with the Dolphins. They're going to play that cover zero. They're going to blitz. They're going to bring pressure on Lamar. They're going to not allow him to escape from the pocket. And they're going to jam Andrews at the line, double team him, pack the middle of the field, and it's not going to allow Lamar to have any opportunities on the outside because the Ravens receivers do not create separation. But right, we'll go pick him up. The flex zone will go pick up DJ Moore. We'll drive to Carolina for 6 hours in Charlotte and go pick up DJ Moore and bring him back home. Like I said, Odell. I know Odell probably may still be a month or so away from playing, but Odell has the ability not only to go deep, but to go underneath and turn a 5-10-yard pass into a 30, 40-yard gain, a 60-yard sprint down the sideline for a touchdown. He can go up and make jump balls. He can go up and catch those fade passes. He's a good underrated blocker, and I think he's a guy who could possibly play in this type of system. But I don't know. Mark, hey man, the Giants would love to have him, and I think, like I said, I'm still sticking to my guns that I think the Ravens will get a deal done next season at some point. I think they'll tag him, but I think they'll get a deal done before the season starts. Now, how does this season end? If he takes them to a AFC Championship game or Super Bowl, he's definitely going to get paid. But I think Lamar should be one of the 2 or 3 highest paid quarterbacks in the league because he has helped evolve, revolutionize the game, and revolutionize the quarterback position with his ability to play with it. He still, I think, in my opinion, he's a young offensive-minded coordinator to help him to use his skills, to use his talents better, and get him some pieces around him. Hell, they need to use Duvernay like Debo. Use Bateman on the outside like you've been doing, and then use DeSean Jackson over the top. Use Andrews. Use Likely. Use some of these weapons that you do have. I'm not saying all of these guys are bums, but you have to use the strengths of your players. Duvernay is good in space. He has good hands. Use that. Wallace, Prochet, we see them 1, 2 plays total between the 2 of them. I mean, they aren't given much opportunities. I'm not saying they're great, but Prochet, use them underneath. Wallace, use them underneath. That's what they're good at. Use them underneath to move the chains, to be possession-type receivers that they are on third down. You know they're going to have one-on-one opportunities. You got to use them. Have faith in them. We didn't know who Gabe Davis was before 2 years ago. I mean, yes, he got better, but Josh Allen and the offense of the Bills, Ken Dorsey, helped open up the playbook for Josh Allen. And you see Josh Allen on every play, he has an option not only to throw the ball, but to run the ball or check it down. And he makes good decisions, which Lamar has struggled with in this season early on. He struggled with his decision-making. He is the Lamar coaster. 1 week he's up, 1 week he's down. Some weeks he's kind of mid in the middle. But he does make the plays in winning time, which separates him from other quarterbacks when it's time to win. Let's not forget, they were supposed to get that first down. We shouldn't even have been in that situation. But Lamar Jackson has to improve on his deep ball throw. They need to go get dude out of coach. They need to go get him. Go have him and DeSean Jackson tomorrow after practice or before practice throwing nothing but deep balls. For the first hour or 2, have Lamar Jackson and DeSean Jackson just throwing deep balls to each other, working on vertical routes, working on deep posts, working on comebacks, working on screen passes, working on shallow crosses, working on those slant passes. That's all I would have Lamar doing in practice this week. I would just have Lamar working with DeSean Jackson. I wouldn't even really have him doing anything else with the offense. I would have Lamar Jackson working with DeSean Jackson exclusively in certain formations and one-on-one before and after practice, at least for an hour before and an hour after, having them play together and having them build some type of chemistry. Obviously, I'm not expecting it this week, but as we head towards the second half of the season and we play the better teams, and if we do decide to make a playoff run, it's going to be very, very imperative that they build some type of chemistry and DeSean Jackson can give us something at the deep ball position and maybe something in this offense. And I hope Greg Roman opens up the vault and brings it to us and allows us to see something from DeSean Jackson. I say 35 going to 36. The guy has probably lost a few steps, but I do think there is still an opportunity for him to play and do something in this offense because we've pretty much got nothing from the receivers. As I mentioned, 3 catches for 45 yards last week. There was nothing there. Gus Edwards is back at practice. He could debut either this week or next week, Thursday in Tampa. So Gus Bus will be back soon. Ajabo's practicing. Bowser is practicing. I would expect to see Bowser back at some point, if not before the bye, after the bye as well. So it looks like the Ravens running back room. We know Dobbins has some knee swelling, so he may have to miss some time, or he could just be getting limited snaps. But having Gus Edwards, having Kenyon Drake, I think will be good for this 1-2 combo. And Justice Hill looks like he probably might be back as he practiced last week, and even though he did not play last week as well. But let me know your thoughts on the DeSean Jackson signing. He's on the practice squad. He'll be elevated on game day, so we'll probably see him this Sunday. I will be doing a Ravens preview this coming week on the Ravens and the Browns. Let me know. If you want to super chat us, donate to the channel, let us know your thoughts on the DeSean Jackson situation. He is a Baltimore Raven. No, not Odell Beckham. No, not DJ Moore. We got DeSean Jackson as a Baltimore Raven. And once again, Eric DeCosta, Steve Bisciotti, John Harbaugh, and the entire Ravens organization go basement bargain shopping at your local 99-cent store and pick up another veteran, old, near retirement wide receiver off the scrap heap for a young in their prime quarterback who has MVP caliber play, but unfortunately does not have the great supporting cast as well. Like I said, Ravens probably have one of the 2 or 3 worst receiving corps in the league, and you see that. And DeSean Jackson, I don't know how much he's going to help, but let me know in the comments what you think about that. Follow us at the Flex on One, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Ravens side DeSean Jackson is going to be here. He's on the practice squad. He'll probably practice the rest of this week. I would like to see, like I said, DeSean Jackson, Lamar Jackson before practice, after practice, working together, building some type of chemistry, throwing nothing but deep balls, getting some chemistry together, and hopefully having some type of spark where we can see him using his offense. And he's not just the guy that said, oh, well, where's DeSean Jackson? Oh, he only played 10 plays. Oh, he only played 15 plays. Only had 1 or 2 targets. Oh, he had 1 catch for 5 yards. He had 1 catch for 10 yards. Only 1, 2 targets. You got to throw him the ball. You got to make the defense respect the deep ball aspect. And you got to make the defense honest. And you got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to run the football if you expect any type of deep passes to work out as well. Yes, we got the gas money. We can go get DJ Moore. We can go do that. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. Let us know what you think about the Ravens, DeSean Jackson, any of those things that we talked about here today. Gus Edwards looked to be on his way back as well real soon. John's favorite host, the host of the host of the Flex On podcast, getting ready to get out of here. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Yes, Quay, they are very cheap. They're cheap with wide receivers. They're cheap with a lot of things, honestly. They really basement bargain shop. Let's not forget last year when they got Villanueva on the scrap heap as well, when they thought he was going to be something, and he was basically a turnstile at your local Subway. But God's favorite host signing out. Let me know your thoughts on the DeSean Jackson situation. Let me know your thoughts on the Ravens as a whole heading into this week's matchup with the Cleveland Browns. I'll be live later this week as well. More videos, more content coming your way. It's the Flex On podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, throughout the week. We do Ravens previews and we do Ravens post-game shows. So we're live after each Ravens game. We break down what happened, good, bad, and different. Wins, losses, we're here. Prime time, regular time. If DeSean Jackson gets anything over 2 or 3 touchdowns this season, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Anything over 150, 200 yards, let me know your projections for him. Like I said, he'll be 36 December 1st. And he's not a big receiver. So he gets hurt a lot. He's injury prone. One hit can knock him out. And I really don't have much faith in him holding up, really, to play every game he's going to be in this season. So who knows? He might get out there, play a game or two, then he might miss a game or two with some injuries as well. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the channel. Like I said, if you want to super chat, donate, ask us questions, get your comments in, let us know. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button. We're live. Flex On podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. If you're into AEW, we'll be live tonight for a live stream of AEW. Reg, Brian, Raj, Quay, Upself Quay. Upself Quay, I like that name, brother. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're new here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that comment. Yes, Lamar is hoping and praying that something comes of this. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be live for AEW Dynamite in a few minutes as well. Only place giving you your sports how you want it. Upself Q. Yes, Upself Q. Upself Q. Got you. Appreciate it. Like the avatar, like the name. Welcome to the channel, man. Like I said, if you want to check us out, feel free. Hit that like button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. We do Ravens talk. We talk NFL, NBA season starting tonight. Let me know your thoughts on the NBA. We talked about that and previewed it yesterday on our podcast, which is linked down below. Episode 363. We're live on Monday nights with the flagship podcast. Live on Wednesdays for watch along. We'll be live throughout the week. Ravens preview for the Browns coming up as well, man. Thank you, Quay. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, Q. Appreciate it, man. Please do hit that subscribe, man. And if you guys ever want to join us, we're going to open up the forum for you guys to come join us. Let your thoughts out on our post-game show, on our Ravens previews. Let us know. Hit us up, and we appreciate you for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that like button. Signing out, y'all. I know, Q. I'm over here doing 3 things at once, but I wanted to get on here and just share the news with you guys and just give you my thoughts. But I'm a 5 out of 10. I'm not really impressed with DeSean Jackson, and I'm not expecting much from him. But hopefully this team can get it together. They got the mental mistakes out of the way in the first 6 games. In the next 11, 12 games of the season, they can show why they are a playoff caliber team. God's favorite host, signing out, y'all. Peace.